Hey everyone, it's Sabrina. Welcome back. I am going to be making a January end page and then a February opening page. For January, I only wound up with one photo of the big storm at the end of the month, so I'm just going to use my Everyday Explorer stamps to make my own journaling cards. And this one right here I did on a tilt, and this is actually I think my fourth attempt at this card, but I only included this attempt, that way you didn't have to sit through all the different tries to get the card right, or at least tilted. I could not get the angle right. I finally used a ruler and that really helped. So I just did a repeating pattern with life right now, and this is what life looks like around here. So that'll be my main 4x6. And then I'm gonna stamp several phrases on a piece of paper and then cut those out, and then I'll cluster those all over the 4x6 card. I have currently, oh, hello real life, and then I'll stamp the month January, and then in with the new is another stamp that I'm going to use. And then later on, I'm going to get out monthly review, and then you can like rate the month 4 out of 5 or whatever you want to rate it. So I'm going to cut those out, and then I'm going to add some foam to currently. That way I can pop dot it, and then I'm going to try to figure out where I want everything to be placed. This is where I'm going to stamp January because I almost forgot to stamp January, but I want to be able to look back and know that this is the end of January. Also pop dotted that one as well, and then once again just going to shuffle things around, that way I get a good cluster like I want, and then I will do the monthly review. I think I gave this month, I think I colored in 4.5 stars, so I gave this month 4.5 stars. January was pretty good overall. Now I'm going to start working on the other 3x4 cards that I'm going to make. This one, I'm going to do a border at the top. You saw me with like a rainbow stamp. I decided not to try to do anything with that. I'm just going to do a simple border at the top, a messy border, because that's really easy to make on your own. I'll use a piece of paper so that way I don't go past a certain point, and I'm using a favorite stamp set, Markup. I'm going to use some scribbles, I guess, and an arrow, and then another one that says this month's. And I'm going to add in later on highlights and challenges. And then I'll just write about the highlights and the challenges. So I am finishing up with that, and I did try to stamp highlights on the card, but I didn't like it, so I'm just going to stamp it on the piece of paper. And then, just in case you're curious, the highlights for this month was being able to continue doing Learning Pod with our friends, and then getting to go to the snow, and I had a girls' night out, and my husband and I are continuing to like Netflix. And then the challenges was just not getting to go back to school and dealing with my knee injury, and then of course the massive storm that knocked out the power and scared my daughter. So the last 3x4 card that I'm going to make, again, I'm going to use the Markup stamp set, and I'm going to do some arrows going in all different directions, and then I will finally cut out the focus on the good, or I already have it, but I'm going to use it finally and put some foam and then pop dot it, and then I will journal off camera. So now I have all my cards, and I can put them back on the spread, and this spread is done. And now I can move on to showing you how I'm going to put together February opening page. For this one, I wound up with 3 photos, so I don't have to make that many cards. I only have to make 1. So my idea is to just do February and then do a splotch. I guess that's what we could call it, a splotch, and then February. And just keep going that way. And then I have an acrylic piece, or not acrylic piece, a veneer piece from Colorcast Designs that I'm going to use in the center of this card. That's why I was okay with the splotches not meeting in the middle. I guess they kind of look a little off, but with the veneer it will cover it all up. So I have that, and then I'm going to get out my inks, all of my inks that I want to use, and then a piece of paper to stamp several more phrases. I put the veneer down, and then I am going to get to work on stamping. I'm going to stamp class is in session with a little computer because we are still doing distance learning. And then I'm going to stamp some splotches, and then I might fussy cut out one of them or a few of them. I stamped several because I didn't know how many I was going to use. Also going to stamp how we do things around here. I liked how that was the same stamp that I used in January, and that way it kind of ties in a little bit. Fussy cutting out this little splotch, and I think I might make a little cluster up by that hilarious photo of my kids and I. I just love that photo, especially because my son and I look so much alike in that photo. It's uncanny almost how much we look alike. And then my daughter's just like smiling. It's like two people are always goofy and then one person is always smiling. It's hilarious trying to get family photos at this stage. So I'm going to cluster with a wood veneer 2 for February, and then an orange splooch and splotch, and then how we do things around here. And that bottom photo of the kids, I added an acrylic heart, and then the class is in session and a pink splotch. So just a little cluster at the bottom, which kind of helps to take your eye away from the messy table, right? And then the last little thing I'm going to add is I'm going to flip the cards for This Is Us to make it on the right, and then I'm going to pop dot It's All Good, and then add an acrylic heart at the to the left. So those are my pages for January and February, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing these different cards and how I made them with stamps. I would love a thumbs up or a subscribe if you are new to my channel. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye!